Yes, good morning, children. I hope that you are all well and fine. Take care about yourself. And more important thing is that stay home, stay safe. Why? Because we are facing with deadly disease, deadly virus. We call it as COVID-19 or coronavirus, where there is no medicine for that. So only precaution, only medicine is stay home, stay safe. Right, children? Coming up to the regular class, I am telling about the 9th class third lesson about hydrosphere. 9th class social third lesson about hydrosphere. In the previous class, we have discussed about the natural realms of the earth. So what are the natural realms of the earth means? I told the natural realms of the earth is hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. Now we are discussing about the first topic about hydrosphere. So hydrosphere means it totally deals about water bodies or hydrological cycle. How hydrological cycle or water, how hydrosphere is playing a major role on the human life as well as on the earth surface. Here, so before going to go deep in that, first of all, hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means it deals totally about water cycle. So hydrological cycle describes the movement of water on it and above the earth. So hydrosphere or hydrological cycle means movement of the earth, movement of the water on it, on and in, on the above the earth. We call it as a hydrosphere. So the circulation of water in different forms. Hydrological cycle is the circulation of water in different bodies, in different forms. So here I have drawn one tree diagram about hydrosphere. So first one is hydrosphere, how we are getting water to the planet Earth. One is, it has divided into two categories. One is hydrological cycle and the other is what are the sources we are getting from. First one is hydrological cycle means how water or how we are getting rain. It is a series of action which we call it as hydrological cycle. In that hydrological cycle, evaporation, transportation, condensation, precipitation and runoff. This is hydrological cycle. How we are getting the water to the earth. So it is a cycle, continuous. In the summer season, water will be evaporated, which changes from liquid state to gaseous state. Then it forms clouds, transportation takes place, then condensation, then precipitation, then again it comes back in the form of rain. And this rainwater will be preserved or stored in rivers, seas, canals and tanks. So what are the sources of this hydrosphere? There are many sources are there for the hydrosphere. What are they means? First one is rivers. What are the sources for hydrosphere means? Rivers, then oceans, ice caps, groundwater, soil and other. These are all the sources for the hydrosphere or hydrological cycle, or how water is recycled, how water is moving. So in that, again, first about oceans. Here in oceans, again it has been characterized into three. One is relief factors, then ocean currents, then other. So first of all, let us discuss about the relief factors. Again in these relief factors, we can see four. What are that four means? One is continental shelf. The second one is continental slope. Third one is deep sea plain. Deep sea plain. And the last one is oceanic deeps. Oceanic deeps. So hydrosphere, two categories are there. One is hydrological cycle. In that hydrological cycle, it told evaporation, condensation, precipitation, then runoff. What are the sources? Means rivers, oceans, ice caps, groundwater, soil and others. Now about oceans. Oceans is having four are there. What are the four sources of ocean? Means continental shelf, continental slope, deep sea plain and oceanic deeps. So we will discuss one by one clearly in the coming class. The next one is ocean currents. Here ocean currents is of two types. Ocean currents is of two types. One is types. What are the types of ocean currents? And the other one is what are the reasons of ocean currents? One is types of ocean current means one we get warm ocean currents and the other we get cool ocean currents. So what are the reasons for the getting these ocean currents means? Why? That is due to centrifugal force. Because of centrifugal force we are getting the ocean currents. And what are the effects of ocean currents? All those things are there in the ocean currents. Next, other is there in the oceans. Other is also there. In that other, I read this continental shelf and all those things. So other. In this other, we have three. That is salinity. We have three. What are the three means? One is salinity and the other is natural resources. The last one is temperature. Here in salinity we have two. One is factors and the other one is ocean. Here again these factors we have two: evaporation, then precipitation, then inflow. In the case of temperature we have factors and seasons. What are the factors are there and what are the seasons are there? There are different factors are there. What are the factors for getting the temperature means? One is temperature and the other is wind. Last one is oceans. So now I have done one tree diagram. After listening carefully one or two times, you also draw the same tree diagram in your notebook and prepare notes on that. Now I will tell about the first topic, that is about the hydrological cycle. In the previous class we have learnt about the hydrological cycle, how hydrological cycle takes place. Now we will discuss about the oceans. So hydrological cycle, hydrosphere is having two. One is hydrological cycle and the other is sources. In the sources, what are the different sources of hydrological cycle means? Rivers, oceans, seas, ice caps, groundwater, soil and others. So first we discuss about the oceans. So we know what is meant by oceans. So let us discuss about now oceans. huge water bodies. Huge water bodies. Water bodies that are present on the earth's surface are called as oceans. So we know what are the different oceans are there means. There are different oceans are there like Pacific Ocean, then Indian Ocean, then Atlantic Ocean, then Antarctic Ocean, then Arctic Ocean. So these are the different types of oceans we find. The biggest ocean is the Pacific Ocean, and the deepest ocean, biggest ocean, also deepest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. Now let us discuss about the oceans. Here, ocean is a rich source for both biotic and abiotic resources which are present in the ocean water and bottoms which are called as marine resources. So oceans is a rich source for both biotic and abiotic. So resources which are present both in ocean bodies, in ocean water, and bottoms which are called as marine resources. The civilization of man has started. The civilization of man has started along water bodies due to abundant availability of food and minerals. So the civilization of the man means from where the man has been started means from the water body system. Why from water bodies means because abundant sources of energy is found in the water bodies, that is in the oceans. That is water and food and minerals also, everything will be found in that. That's why the civilization of the civilization of man has started along with water bodies. Ocean is a source of to food products, that is fish, prawns, crabs. Non-food products like coral, mineral resources like oil, petroleum gas, etc. Energy resources like tidal energy, wave energy, biomass energy to generate electricity. In addition to this, oceans are also being used to marine farming, that is increased production of sea animals by feeding and growing them in natural location. Ocean ranching, that is taming and training of sea animals, and for pearl and gem culture we can see the oceans, that can be seen in the oceans. Right children? So for today this is enough. Once again I'll repeat, take care about yourself and prepare the notes 1 or 2 times, then start go through that, right, without saying after preparing the notes, by reading, after reading. Right children, thank you, take care, bye.